If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. This article just made me crack up. I saw it immediately and I just felt the need to show it to you. An article from CNN. Now, this doctor from CNN is not a member of the WHO or the CDC. So I want to reiterate to the algo that I am not questioning or speaking about those organizations. I'm talking about CNN, your central fake news network, your propaganda network, whatever you want to call it. I mean, your Comedy Central, your comedy for the day is what I look at it as. Look at this headline here. Americans need to make a choice in order to avoid a C19 surge. I think most of us have made a choice already. I think we've made a choice. Have you made a choice? I've made a choice. I think the other people already got the jab or have made a choice. So what's the article about, you ask? Well, let's take a look here. Because Dr. Jonathan Rainier, a CNN medical analyst, he's got a schnauzer on him, huh? Who's got noses like that? Oh, those bagels, I'll tell you. He says, we can't have it both ways. We can't be both unmasked and non-socially distanced and unjabbed. He says, that won't work. How about no?
How about no? No! No! No!
I think it will work, Dr. Jonathan Rainier, unless you want to physically come force any of the above, A, B, or C, a mask, force me to be socially distanced, or come and jab me yourself. It won't end well, doctor. It won't end well. And besides, who really makes these people doctors in the first place? So with C19, and again, this is more, the prop that you're seeing now is geared towards the fringe, because they have to know by writing something like this. Somebody like you or me who is just 100%. Look, I made a decision before this thing even came out. I've been talking about this for a long period of time, just like most of you have. And the majority of people don't even believe that anything's even, the boogeyman is what we're fearing here. But this is for the people, again, on the fringe. That's the one they're going for. So they constantly will use fear and new variants and things like that to try to persuade. So the 19 cases and hospitalizations increasing in communities with low jab rates. An expert says Americans face choice: get jabbed or continue dealing with the impacts. I think I'm actually going to do neither. I'm not going to get jabbed, nor am I going to deal with the impacts, because there are no impacts on me. Anyway, he says, again, we can't have it both ways. You can't be both unmasked and non-socially distanced and unjabbed. That won't work. It will. The United States is now averaging about 23,346 new cases a day. I love how it's a specific number. Where's this data coming from? Oh, it's put into a computer system, and then it filters through the 19 software program, I guess. Or they're putting it in an Excel spreadsheet and sending it to one place. What if somebody forgets to send their report in, right? Oh, there's a software for, okay. The U.S. is now averaging about 23,346 new cases a day over the past 7 days, a 97% increase from the week prior. About a third of the nation's cases came out of 5 states: Florida, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, and Nevada. I guess they forgot about California, who's recently just saw a huge surge. And remember what I talked about 2 weeks ago about the 4th? Not that it's anything special, not that it's anything, but this is how they do it, right? They use these specific holidays where they have this fake illusion, like everybody's, pre-one-nighter or non-pre-one-nighter, that suddenly on Memorial Day weekend or the 4th of July, everybody merges together. Meanwhile, in reality, people go to the beach on a hot day, whether it's a weekday and they take off work or a weekend, Okay. Especially in today's world, like a lot of people don't even work from an office. They can freely go to a beach, but they love to use these days because then people, through the mind control in their head, they're like, oh, everybody's getting together. First of all, half the people aren't getting together. The ones who are jabbed are still afraid to do anything despite having it. And then people such as like, I'm not getting in traffic. I don't know anyone to go celebrate any of these things with anyway. But they want you to believe that because then they can come out with these stories. Oh, the 4th is the reason. So then people go, oh, the 4th. That's why there's a surge. We had non-mixed with mixed. Oh, boy. And they said about it's so easy to see. It's just unbelievable. But apparently it's not because the zombies out there don't see anything. So of all the people who passed from the virus in June, more than 99%, again, were among unjabbed people. So again, the question has to be asked then, why don't you just say the ones who are unjabbed, it's your choice, it's your body, your choice, you're going to go, then go. Oh, because they care so much about those people. Oh, because those people are a risk, the ones who already have it, because the ones who already have it aren't immune. Huh? None of it makes any sense, and yet people don't ask questions, people aren't suspicious instead of saying, hey, okay, then it's, I've heard people say that. I've seen a lot of people come out and go, look, the ones who don't get it, bye. Like they say really rude things like good. And I guess we feel the same way back. The problem is that there's this thing called shedding and nobody wants to catch it, from them. But, because the actual thing is inside, right? You all understand. So we have to pick sides. And the side is we need to get the old magic potion, says Dr. Riener. Or as I call him, Dr. Wiener. He says, we have the tools to put this down. We can put it down this summer, but the way to do it is to get that magic potion. So to get more Americans to get that potion, officials will need to address the reasons behind some of the pop's hesitancy. For some, it is the magic potion have not been fully approved by the FDA, according to Dr. F. So the idea it hasn't been approved is a technicality of the way the FDA does business. That's pretty interesting. The FDA, they're claiming like the FDA doesn't want to approve it yet because they have to be 100% sure. Meanwhile, the FDA approves products that get put on shelves that people find out has weed killer in it. That's right, which I've covered 1 trillion times on here. So how does it get past the testing then? It doesn't seem like they were in a rush to stop that from going on the shelves. Oh, how convenient. That's just another way to depop. Anyway, depop, that's it. And for some political divide has inhibited, because of political division, it has inhibited the magic potion. But Dr. Rainier emphasized that with more than 600,000 Americans passed, it is the virus that should be seen as the enemy, not the magic potion. In Arkansas, which has one of the lowest magic potion rates in the U.S. at 35%, according to CDC data, Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. said he, as a black man, was skeptical of getting a jab, but now wants to lead the way to ensure all residents get the shot. Well, his Masonic orders have been passed down to him in Arkansas. He forgot to attend his meeting, or I'm sorry, was he playing the role that he was supposed to play for a little while of a Republican? Got it. Works perfectly, right? They need more of these so-called it's like I said a million times here, but the Trump people and the alt-right. I mean, Trump's the one who supposedly created these, right? I mean, that's part of the illusion of the Matrix that we're supposed to be. Oh, Trump came up with them. And at first, when all this stuff was going down with the election, people were like, oh, Trump's going to come out with it to save America, and Biden's going to take credit. And it's like, what? I still don't understand how people don't see that these people are on bed together. But nonetheless, they're also talking about the booster a lot in the last couple of days. Pfizer is saying that they believe a booster is needed, while the CDC and the WHO are saying that they are not at that point yet. Obviously, this is to desensitize, to prepare. They've been preparing people for the booster the entire time. The booster, like I said in my video yesterday, is going to be so routine, it's never going to be questioned. It's just going to be a way of life, like tying your shoes. The booster is going to be they're going to use music with it. They're going to have all cartoon imagery. They'll probably have your favorite, movie characters in the poster for it. It'll be a specific day every year or month, probably a month, because they use the months, like we have Pride Month, we have all these months. They'll probably have a month. January will be, booster month, and you get something every year when you go for your booster. You get a free meal, something, and it'll just be normal. And 30 years from now, if we're still here, This will just be a regular thing. Oh, it's booster month. All right, you want to go and we'll get our free meal after? Yeah, people will never know that there was a time period where people were questioning or trying to stop any of this from happening because history will have erased it, just like they're trying to erase us off the internet. But they're going to have to try harder. Like I said, they can do all they want. They're going to have to rip out my tongue if they want to do something to me or any of you. I'm sure feel the same way because there is a spiritual war going on and we're in the middle of it. So they're saying that, the prop in this article is you have two choices. You can either get it or go back to the mask. See, this is what they expected from the get-go. They expected people to use the honor system here. And they expected people who are unjabbed to go back out into public and wear the mask and do this stuff because they know that they can't get all these employees at certain stores to check for cards and tell the difference between a real and a fake and all that stuff. Not until everything's electronic and there's free software given out and it's scanned and all that stuff and the potato chips in you, then it's a little bit different. So they're all butthurt because the people who are anti-jab, they're like not even blinking at any of this stuff. And the ones out in public, they wanted the people who were unjabbed to be out in public with the mask and everything so they could shame them, look at them like they're strange. Meanwhile, the ones who've gotten the jab are the ones who are out in public still wearing a mask, not realizing the stupidity of it all. They still, have one on. So this is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. You have two choices. Or you could just do option C, which is none of the above. That's the option that I select. You get jabbed, or you better go back to socially distancing and wearing a mask. Yeah, how about none of the above? I'll fill in that one on my SAT here, okay? Good. I want to remind everyone to check out the website at callforuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. It is well worth it. Check it out if you haven't. I want to thank the Patreons. Because of you, it keeps me here on YouTube, so thank you so much. And thank all of you for your support and listening and thumbsing up the videos. Let's continue moving forward. There is a war going on here. Spiritual war. That involves your flesh as well and what's going to happen to it if you take the magic potion. Thank you guys again for listening. God bless all of you and your families.